Rice is more than just food, it's a part of life for billions of people around the world. From family dinners to celebrations, rice often fills our plates and our hearts. But for many, especially those living with diabetes, rice can also bring worries. How can something so familiar and comforting also cause trouble with blood sugar? It's a question that many of us ask, especially when managing diabetes feels like walking a tightrope. In today's fast-paced world, more and more people are facing the challenges of type 2 diabetes. Changes in how we live, long hours sitting, busy schedules, and diets filled with processed foods have made controlling blood sugar harder for many. But here's the good news: not all rice is created equal. Some types of rice can actually help keep blood sugar steady and support your health. Imagine having a plate of rice that not only tastes delicious but also works gently with your body to avoid those spikes and crashes that can make diabetes management tough. That's exactly what we're here to explore. Over the next few minutes, I'll share 6 special kinds of rice that are wonderful choices for people who want to enjoy their meals and care for their health at the same time. You don't have to give up your favorite foods to feel good and stay balanced. With the right kinds of rice, you can bring flavor, nutrition, and comfort back to your table. Whether you love creamy risottos, vibrant salads, or simple side dishes, there's a rice on this list that fits your taste and health goals perfectly. Let's start with a type of rice that might surprise you: whole arborio rice. Known for its creamy texture, arborio rice is often used in classic Italian dishes like risotto, but when it's in its whole grain form, it holds onto the layers packed with fiber and nutrients. This fiber is like a helpful friend. It slows down how quickly sugar from the rice enters your blood, giving your body time to handle it smoothly. That means fewer sugar spikes and steadier energy throughout your day. Next, we'll talk about red rice, a rice that's as beautiful to look at as it is good for you. Its rich red color comes from natural antioxidants called anthocyanins, which not only give it a unique flavor, but also support heart health and help protect your body from inflammation. This makes red rice a fantastic choice for anyone with diabetes who wants to nourish their body from the inside out. Black rice, sometimes called forbidden rice, is another fascinating option. This dark grain has been treasured for centuries, not just for its deep color, but for its high levels of fiber and antioxidants. These powerful nutrients help fight damage to your cells and reduce inflammation, 2 important things for maintaining overall health when managing diabetes. Plus, its chewy texture adds a special touch to any dish. If you enjoy fragrant, long-grain rice, basmati rice might be your new favorite. Especially when you choose the whole grain variety, basmati rice has a lower glycemic index than many other rices. That means it releases sugar slowly, helping you feel full longer and keeping your blood sugar levels stable. It's perfect for pairing with flavorful dishes like chicken curry or vegetable biryani. We'll also explore wild rice, which isn't technically rice but rather the seeds of a watergrass. Wild rice stands out with its nutty flavor and slightly crunchy texture, and it's packed with protein and fiber, 2 key players in blood sugar control. Adding wild rice to salads, soups, or side dishes can bring both taste and health benefits to your meals. Finally, whole jasmine rice is a delightful choice for those who love a hint of floral aroma with their meal. This rice keeps its outer layer full of fiber and nutrients, making it a healthier option than white jasmine rice. It's gentle on your blood sugar and offers a wonderful balance of taste and health, perfect with dishes like vegetable curry or coconut chicken. Throughout this video, you'll also hear tips on how to cook these rice varieties to bring out their best flavors and health benefits. Simple changes in preparation can make a big difference in how your body reacts to the foods you eat. And if you're excited to try these rice types but aren't sure where to start, don't worry, I've got something special for you. I've put together a digital recipe book full of delicious, easy-to-make recipes tailored especially for people managing diabetes. From nutritious lunches to satisfying dinners, these recipes will help you enjoy every bite while keeping your blood sugar steady. This isn't just about food, it's about enjoying life fully, with meals that nourish both your body and your soul. Whether you're cooking for yourself, your family, or friends, these rice options open up a world of healthy possibilities without sacrificing flavor. So let's take this journey together. By learning which rice to choose and how to prepare it, you're taking an important step toward better health. You don't have to face diabetes alone, and small changes can lead to big improvements. Ready to discover the 6 amazing types of rice that really work for diabetes? Let's get started. When I first met Mary, a lovely woman in her early 60s from Florida, she told me how much she missed the simple joys of cooking family meals. But since being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, she had grown afraid of the foods she once loved, especially rice. It was hard for her to imagine enjoying a comforting plate of rice without worrying about what it might do to her blood sugar. I want to share Mary's story with you because, like her, many people feel torn between managing diabetes and still enjoying life's pleasures. The truth is, rice doesn't have to be off limits. In fact, some kinds of rice can actually support blood sugar control and bring back those moments of joy at the dinner table. Rice is a staple food for billions, but it's often misunderstood when it comes to diabetes. The challenge is that most white rice has a high glycemic index, which means it can cause your blood sugar to rise quickly. This spike can be dangerous, especially if you're working hard to keep your diabetes in check. But here's the secret. Not all rice causes this problem. Some varieties have more fiber, more nutrients, and a slower effect on your blood sugar. These are the rice types that can be gentle with your body and actually help keep your blood sugar more stable. Imagine sitting down to a meal where you feel satisfied, energized, and calm because your food is working with your body, not against it. That's what choosing the right rice can do. Think about John, a retired firefighter from Texas. After his diabetes diagnosis, he was hesitant to eat rice at all. But after learning about different rice types, he started trying whole grain versions like brown, arborio, and black rice. He found he could enjoy his favorite dishes without the fear of blood sugar spikes. John even shared that he felt more energetic during his morning walks, something he hadn't felt in years. These varieties often contain more fiber, which is like a slow-release fuel for your body. Fiber helps slow down how quickly sugar from food enters your bloodstream, which means fewer sudden rises and falls in blood sugar. This steady release is crucial for people with diabetes. Besides fiber, many of these rice types also carry antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals that support overall health. These nutrients can protect your body's cells from damage and reduce inflammation, 2 important aspects of managing diabetes and aging well. It's important to know that incorporating these healthier rice varieties doesn't mean you have to give up flavor or the comfort of your favorite meals. Whether you love creamy risottos, spicy curries, or fresh salads, there's a rice out there that matches your tastes and health needs. Over this video, I'll guide you through 6 types of rice that have been shown to be especially good for managing blood sugar. For each one, I'll explain why it works, how to prepare it, and even share stories from people who have benefited from including it in their diets. You might wonder if switching to these types of rice is difficult or expensive. The truth is, many are easy to find in grocery stores or online, and cooking them is straightforward with just a few tips I'll share. Most importantly, choosing these rice options is a way to take back control without feeling deprived or overwhelmed. It's about adding enjoyable, nourishing foods to your meals that help you live well with diabetes. If you're like Mary, who was once anxious about her meals but now feels hopeful and confident, you'll see that managing diabetes with food doesn't have to be a struggle. It can be a journey filled with tasty discoveries and small wins. Before we dive into the specific rice types, remember this: your food is a powerful tool for health, but it's also meant to be enjoyed. When you choose rice that supports your body, you're not just managing diabetes, you're caring for yourself with kindness and respect. So let's begin this journey together. The first rice on our list might surprise you with its creamy texture and gentle way of helping your blood sugar stay balanced. Ready to find out more? Let me tell you about Linda, a retired school teacher from Oregon. Linda always loved cooking creamy dishes, especially risotto, but after her diabetes diagnosis, she thought she'd have to give that up. She worried the rice in risotto would cause her blood sugar to spike too much. But then she discovered something that changed everything: whole arborio rice. Arborio rice is famous for its creamy texture and ability to soak up flavors, which makes it perfect for dishes like risotto. But most people don't realize there's a whole grain version that keeps the rice's natural layers intact. These layers are packed with fiber and nutrients that slow down how quickly sugar from the rice enters your bloodstream. Fiber is the star here. Think of it as a gentle traffic cop in your digestive system, directing how fast carbohydrates turn into sugar. When fiber is present, it slows down the absorption process, preventing those rapid blood sugar spikes that can leave you feeling tired, shaky, or craving more food. For people with diabetes, this slow and steady sugar release is a game changer. Linda started cooking with whole arborio rice, soaking it for a few hours before cooking to make it soft and easy to digest. She would prepare mushroom risotto with homemade vegetable broth, adding a splash of flavor and nutrients. The best part? She enjoyed every creamy bite without the fear of a sugar crash later. What makes this rice even more special is the balance it offers. Rich in B vitamins like thiamine and niacin, essential for brain and nerve health, and minerals such as magnesium and phosphorus, which support strong bones and energy production. For anyone managing diabetes, keeping your whole body healthy is just as important as controlling blood sugar. If you're wondering how to include whole arborio rice in your meals beyond risotto, consider rice pudding made with the whole grain version. It's a comforting dessert that brings sweetness without the guilt, especially when made with natural sweeteners or fruits. You don't need to be a gourmet chef to enjoy these dishes. Simple tips like soaking the rice to reduce cooking time and using homemade broth instead of plain water add subtle layers of flavor and nutrition. These small touches make a big difference in how satisfying and healthy your meals can be. Linda's story reminds us that managing diabetes doesn't mean giving up the foods that bring us joy. It's about discovering smarter choices within the foods we love. Whole arborio rice proves that indulgence and health can go hand in hand. As you think about your own meals, picture a creamy, flavorful risotto filling your kitchen with inviting aromas, knowing that it's also helping you manage your health. This is the kind of balance we want to achieve. Food that nourishes your body and delights your senses. Before we move on, remember that this rice is just one of many varieties that support healthy blood sugar. Each has its own unique benefits and flavors, and together they can bring variety and excitement back to your diet. Let me share a story about Carol, a lively grandmother from Georgia who always wanted to stay active for her grandchildren. After her type 2 diabetes diagnosis, Carol found herself confused about what to eat. She knew fiber was important, but didn't realize just how powerful fiber-rich rice could be for her blood sugar balance. Fiber, simply put, is the part of plant foods that our bodies don't digest fully. Instead of turning into sugar quickly, fiber travels through the digestive system, slowing down digestion. This helps prevent sudden spikes in blood sugar and keeps you feeling full longer, a double benefit for anyone managing diabetes. Among the rice varieties that shine for their fiber content is red rice. Its deep, reddish hue comes from natural antioxidants called anthocyanins, which not only give it color but also support heart health and reduce inflammation. Imagine cooking red rice and having your kitchen filled with a warm, nutty aroma, an invitation to a meal that's both tasty and nourishing. Carol began adding red rice to her meals gradually. She loved mixing it with roasted vegetables or tossing it into fresh salads. The fiber in red rice helped her avoid the sugar crashes that had made her tired and irritable before. With steadier blood sugar, Carol found more energy to play with her grandkids and enjoy her daily walks. What's remarkable about fiber is that it's like a gentle guardian for your blood sugar. It moderates how quickly carbohydrates break down and enter the bloodstream. For diabetics, this can mean better control and fewer cravings, which makes maintaining a balanced diet much easier. Beyond fiber, red rice's antioxidants fight harmful substances called free radicals, which can damage cells and contribute to chronic diseases. This protection is crucial for anyone living with diabetes, as it helps reduce the risk of complications. Cooking red rice is simple. Carol found that rinsing it and cooking it with a pinch of salt brought out its natural flavor. For an extra boost, she added spices like turmeric or cumin, creating dishes that were both flavorful and heart-healthy. Her story is a great example of how making small, thoughtful changes can lead to big improvements in health and well-being. You don't need to overhaul your entire diet overnight. Just start by swapping out regular white rice for a fiber-rich variety like red rice. If you enjoy variety, try combining red rice with other whole grains or use it as a base for a warm, comforting side dish. Its slightly chewy texture makes every bite satisfying. As you consider your meals, remember, fiber-rich foods are your friends. They help you feel fuller longer and keep your blood sugar steady, which means fewer ups and downs in energy and mood. Carol's journey shows that managing diabetes with food is about balance, finding choices that nourish your body while delighting your taste buds. Red rice is a shining example of that balance. Let me tell you about Robert, a gentleman in his late 60s from Vermont. Robert had always been proud of his garden and his passion for cooking hearty, wholesome meals. When he was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, he worried that his favorite grains and dishes might be off limits. Yet, Robert was determined to find ways to enjoy his food while managing his health. That's when he discovered black rice, sometimes called forbidden rice, and everything changed. Black rice is not new. It's an ancient grain that has been treasured for centuries, particularly in Asia. Its name, forbidden rice, comes from the old days when this special rice was reserved only for emperors because of its rarity and nutritional value. Today, it's becoming popular worldwide because of its striking, deep purple-black color and its remarkable health benefits, especially for people managing diabetes. What makes black rice so special? First, its rich fiber content. Fiber, as you know, is essential for slowing down how quickly sugar enters your bloodstream. This helps avoid those spikes that can make diabetes difficult to control. Robert found that eating black rice gave him a steady source of energy throughout the day without the roller coaster blood sugar swings he experienced with white rice. But fiber is just the beginning. Black rice is also packed with antioxidants. These are natural compounds that fight harmful molecules called free radicals in your body. Free radicals can damage cells and contribute to inflammation, a hidden enemy that makes diabetes harder to manage. By eating antioxidant-rich foods like black rice, Robert was helping his body defend itself from this invisible damage. One of the antioxidants that black rice contains is called anthocyanin, which also gives the rice its beautiful color. Anthocyanins have been linked to reducing inflammation and protecting heart health. For people with diabetes, heart health is especially important because diabetes increases the risk of heart disease. By including black rice in his meals, Robert was not only managing his blood sugar but also taking care of his heart. Cooking black rice is easier than many expect. Robert soaked his rice for a few hours to soften it, then cooked it in water with a little salt. The result was a slightly chewy, nutty-flavored grain that complemented a variety of dishes, from warm vegetable bowls to fresh salads. One of his favorites was a black rice salad with roasted pumpkin and walnuts, a dish full of texture and flavor that also nourished his body. Beyond taste and nutrition, black rice became a source of pride and connection for Robert. He loved sharing recipes and meals with friends and family, showing them that managing diabetes could be delicious and enjoyable. This sense of community and sharing made the challenge of diabetes feel less isolating. Another benefit of black rice that Robert appreciated was its iron content. Iron is vital for producing energy and maintaining good health, and many people with diabetes need to watch their iron levels carefully. Including black rice in his diet helped Robert support his energy levels naturally, so he felt more vibrant and alive. But Robert's story also reminds us of something more profound: the power of ancient grains to meet modern health challenges. Black rice, grown for centuries with care and tradition, offers us a gift today: a nourishing, healing food that fits perfectly into a balanced, diabetes-friendly lifestyle. For those over 50, like Robert and many of you watching, embracing foods like black rice means choosing wellness without sacrifice. It means honoring your body with meals that taste wonderful and support long-term health. If you're new to black rice, here's a simple tip. Start by substituting it for white rice in your favorite dishes. Notice how the flavor and texture add a new dimension to your meals. Experiment with salads, stir-fries, or even grain bowls. Don't be surprised if you find that you feel more satisfied after meals and have more steady energy. That's the power of fiber and antioxidants working together to help your body thrive. Also, remember, small steps add up. You don't have to change everything at once. Adding black rice a few times a week can make a meaningful difference. Before we continue, consider this. Ancient grains like black rice carry stories of resilience and health through generations. Now, they offer the same resilience to you. Let me share with you a story about Evelyn, a spirited woman from New Mexico in her late 50s. Evelyn was always the heart of family gatherings, known for her vibrant cooking and warm smile. When she was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, she was worried that her love for food might come with restrictions and sacrifices. However, Evelyn's journey took a positive turn when she discovered red rice, a rice variety that not only brought color and flavor to her meals, but also supported her heart and blood sugar health. Red rice is a natural wonder. Its beautiful reddish hue comes from a special group of antioxidants called anthocyanins, which give the rice its vibrant color and offer powerful health benefits. These antioxidants help reduce inflammation, protect your heart, and support your overall well-being, especially important for those managing diabetes. Now you might wonder, why is heart health so closely linked to diabetes? Well, diabetes increases the risk of heart disease because high blood sugar levels can damage blood vessels and lead to poor circulation. This is why foods that protect your heart while helping control blood sugar are like double blessings. Evelyn began incorporating red rice into her meals by mixing it with roasted vegetables or making hearty salads. She noticed that meals including red rice helped her feel fuller for longer, preventing the energy dips and sugar cravings she had struggled with before. The fiber in red rice slows down digestion, which means sugar is released slowly and steadily into the bloodstream. This steady release is key to managing diabetes well. Fiber works much like a gatekeeper. It controls how fast carbohydrates are broken down and absorbed. For Evelyn, this meant fewer spikes in blood sugar after meals, which made her feel more balanced and less anxious about what she ate. Beyond fiber and antioxidants, red rice is rich in minerals like magnesium and potassium, which support healthy blood pressure and muscle function. Magnesium, in particular, plays a vital role in helping the body use insulin more effectively. For many people with diabetes, getting enough magnesium is important for keeping blood sugar stable. Evelyn's favorite way to cook red rice is simple but flavorful. She rinses the grains gently and cooks them in water with a pinch of salt. To enhance the taste and nutritional value, she often adds spices such as turmeric or cumin. These spices not only provide warmth and depth to the dish, but also bring additional anti-inflammatory benefits. One memorable family dinner had Evelyn preparing a red rice pilaf combined with sautéed greens and grilled chicken. Her grandchildren loved the nutty flavor and colorful presentation, proving that healthy food can be both delicious and appealing to all ages. Evelyn also enjoyed learning about the cultural significance of red rice. It's a traditional staple in many parts of Asia and Africa, valued for its rich nutrients and natural healing properties. This connection to history made her meals feel even more special, as if she was sharing a piece of ancient wisdom through her cooking. It's important to know that not all red rice is the same. Choosing whole grain red rice that retains its bran layer ensures you get the maximum benefits. This bran contains the fiber, antioxidants, and nutrients that make red rice such a valuable food for diabetes management. If you're new to red rice, start small by swapping it for white rice in your regular recipes. Try it in salads with fresh herbs and a light vinaigrette, or as a side dish to your favorite lean protein. You might be surprised at how easily it becomes a new favorite. Another tip: when cooking red rice, avoid overcooking it to preserve its texture and nutrients. A slightly chewy bite is perfect and adds to the enjoyment of your meals. Evelyn's experience shows that eating to support your heart and blood sugar doesn't mean dull or boring food. On the contrary, red rice adds a burst of color, flavor, and health that can brighten your plate and your life. For those over 50 watching, like Evelyn, it's about making choices that nourish you from the inside out. It's about embracing foods that help you stay active, feel strong, and enjoy the people and moments that matter most. As you think about your next meal, picture the warm aroma of red rice cooking on your stove, the rich color filling your bowl, and the peace of mind knowing you're caring for your heart and blood sugar at the same time. Let me tell you about George, a kind-hearted retiree from Colorado who loves to experiment with food. When he was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, George felt overwhelmed. Like many, he worried he'd have to give up the foods he enjoyed most, including rice. But then a friend introduced him to black rice, and it quickly became a game changer in his diabetes journey. Black rice, often called forbidden rice, has a fascinating history. Long ago, it was reserved exclusively for royalty because of its rarity and nutritional richness. Today, it's celebrated around the world for its striking color and powerful health benefits, especially for those managing diabetes. One of the main reasons black rice is so beneficial is its high fiber content. Fiber plays a crucial role in blood sugar control by slowing the digestion and absorption of carbohydrates. This means the sugar from black rice enters the bloodstream more slowly and steadily, helping to prevent those sharp blood sugar spikes that can be harmful for people with diabetes. George discovered that black rice's fiber content not only helped keep his blood sugar stable, but also helped him feel fuller for longer. This was a welcome change, as it reduced his urges for unhealthy snacks between meals. The feeling of fullness is important for managing diabetes because it supports weight control and reduces overeating. Black rice is also packed with antioxidants, natural compounds that protect your body's cells from damage caused by free radicals. Free radicals are unstable molecules that can lead to inflammation and contribute to many chronic diseases, including diabetes complications. The antioxidants in black rice help reduce this oxidative stress, giving your body extra protection. One particularly powerful antioxidant in black rice is anthocyanin, the same compound that gives blueberries and blackberries their deep color. Anthocyanins have been shown to reduce inflammation, support heart health, and improve blood vessel function, all vital for people with diabetes. George loved how black rice's deep purple-black color added a unique and elegant touch to his meals. He enjoyed cooking it as a side dish, mixing it with roasted vegetables and nuts to create wholesome, colorful plates that looked as good as they tasted. Cooking black rice is simple but requires a little patience. George soaked his rice for a few hours before cooking to help soften the grains and reduce cooking time. He then cooked it gently with a pinch of salt, allowing the natural, nutty flavor to shine. The rice's slightly chewy texture added an enjoyable bite to his dishes. Beyond taste and nutrition, George appreciated that black rice was an excellent source of iron, which is important for energy production and overall vitality. Many people with diabetes are at risk of iron deficiency, so incorporating black rice was a tasty way for George to support his energy levels naturally. What made black rice even more special to George was how versatile it was. He used it in warm dishes like stir-fries and stews, but also experimented with cold salads, combining it with fresh herbs, citrus, and crunchy vegetables. This variety kept his meals exciting and prevented food boredom, a common challenge for those on restrictive diets. George's story shows that managing diabetes doesn't mean sacrificing flavor or enjoyment. With foods like black rice, you can create meals that nourish your body and please your palate. If you're new to black rice, start by replacing your usual white rice with black rice a few times a week. Try simple recipes like a black rice bowl with grilled chicken and steamed vegetables, or a black rice salad tossed with olive oil and lemon juice. Over time, you'll discover your favorite ways to enjoy this ancient grain. Also, consider pairing black rice with other diabetes-friendly foods rich in protein and healthy fats to create balanced meals that support blood sugar stability. Remember, cooking black rice properly preserves its nutrients and texture. Avoid overcooking to maintain its slightly chewy bite and maximum health benefits. As you think about your diet, picture the richness of black rice in your kitchen, its bold color and earthy flavor bringing new life to your meals, while quietly helping keep your blood sugar steady. For those of us over 50, like George, foods that support long-term health and still taste wonderful are treasures. Black rice is one of those treasures that helps you live well and enjoy every bite. Let me introduce you to Helen, a warm-hearted grandmother from Washington State. Helen has always loved the comforting aroma of her kitchen, especially when she cooks her family's favorite dishes. After her diagnosis with type 2 diabetes, she was worried that she might lose the pleasure of sharing meals she once enjoyed. But Helen soon found a wonderful ally in basmati rice, a fragrant, long-grain rice that became a key part of her diabetes-friendly diet. Basmati rice is famous for its delicate, nutty aroma and fluffy texture when cooked properly. But what many people don't realize is that especially the whole grain version of basmati rice offers great benefits for blood sugar control. Compared to regular white rice, whole grain basmati has a lower glycemic index, meaning it releases sugar into your bloodstream more slowly and steadily. For Helen, this meant no more sudden energy crashes or that heavy, tired feeling after meals. Instead, she experienced sustained energy throughout the day, which helped her stay active and enjoy her daily walks in the park with her grandchildren. Fiber plays a big role here. Whole grain basmati rice keeps the bran layer intact, which is full of fiber. Fiber slows down digestion and carbohydrate absorption, making your blood sugar levels more stable. For people managing diabetes, this gentle, steady effect is exactly what we want to avoid the harmful peaks and valleys that strain your body. Helen shared how she discovered that cooking basmati rice with a simple bay leaf or cinnamon stick not only enhanced its aroma, but also added subtle benefits. The spices add natural flavor and antioxidants that help reduce inflammation in the body, a common issue for those with diabetes. Another great thing about basmati rice is its versatility. Helen found it easy to use basmati rice in a variety of meals. From classic dishes like chicken curry to fresh vegetable salads, basmati rice fit right in. Its light texture made it a perfect base that paired well with many flavors and spices. Helen's favorite recipe became an Indian-inspired biryani, where she combined basmati rice with lean chicken, spices, and plenty of vegetables. She enjoyed the layers of flavor and the knowledge that her meal was not only delicious, but also supporting her health. Besides fiber, whole grain basmati rice contains essential nutrients like magnesium, which helps the body use insulin better and supports healthy blood sugar levels. Magnesium is also important for heart health, which is a priority for anyone with diabetes. Helen noticed that since including basmati rice regularly in her diet, her cravings for sweets decreased, and she felt more satisfied after meals. This satiety helped her maintain a balanced weight, another important factor in managing diabetes. Cooking basmati rice is simple but requires a few tips to get the best results. Helen rinses the rice well to remove excess starch, then cooks it with just the right amount of water. Adding a bay leaf or cinnamon stick is a trick she learned from her grandmother, adding a warm, inviting aroma to her kitchen. For those new to basmati rice, it's best to soak the grains for about 20 minutes before cooking. This short soak helps the rice cook evenly and results in fluffy, separate grains rather than sticky clumps. Helen's story is a wonderful reminder that managing diabetes doesn't mean giving up foods that bring joy. With basmati rice, she found a way to keep her meals flavorful and exciting while caring for her health. If you're curious about trying basmati rice, start by replacing your usual rice in a favorite recipe. Notice how its aroma fills your kitchen and how its lighter texture makes meals feel less heavy. Basmati rice is also fantastic in cold salads, paired with fresh herbs, lemon juice, and chopped vegetables for a refreshing meal that supports steady blood sugar. Remember, whole grain varieties offer the best health benefits, so look for brown basmati rice or other less processed versions when shopping. As you plan your meals, imagine the fragrance of basmati rice warming your home and the confidence that comes with making choices that support your body's needs. For those of us over 50, like Helen, food is about more than just nourishment. It's about culture, comfort, and connection. Basmati rice beautifully brings all these together while helping us maintain balanced energy and blood sugar. Let me share the story of Michael, a retired school principal from Minnesota who found unexpected healing in wild rice. When Michael was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes in his early 60s, he felt overwhelmed by the changes he needed to make in his diet. Like many, he wanted to find foods that were both nutritious and enjoyable. It was during a family trip to a local farmer's market that Michael first encountered wild rice, and it became a cornerstone of his new way of eating. Wild rice is quite different from the rice we commonly think about. It's actually not rice at all, but the seed of a watergrass native to North America. Indigenous peoples of the region have valued it for centuries, not only for its distinctive nutty flavor and chewy texture, but for its powerful nutritional profile. Wild rice's uniqueness makes it a natural ally for managing diabetes and supporting overall health. One of the most impressive qualities of wild rice is its protein content. Unlike most common rice varieties, wild rice contains more protein per serving, which helps slow digestion and promotes a feeling of fullness. Protein is essential for maintaining muscle mass and repairing tissues, especially as we age. For people like Michael, this meant meals that kept him satisfied and energized longer, reducing the temptation to snack on less healthy options. But wild rice's benefits don't stop there. It's also rich in fiber, which plays a critical role in controlling blood sugar. Fiber slows how quickly carbohydrates turn into glucose, preventing those sudden spikes that make diabetes harder to manage. For Michael, including wild rice in his meals helped keep his blood sugar levels more stable and gave him consistent energy throughout the day. Fiber also supports digestive health by promoting regular bowel movements and feeding the good bacteria in your gut. A healthy gut is connected to better blood sugar control and overall wellness, which is particularly important for people managing chronic conditions. Michael's favorite way to enjoy wild rice is in hearty soups and salads. One of his go-to recipes is a wild rice soup with mushrooms, carrots, and onions, a comforting dish that's perfect for cooler days. The slightly crunchy texture of wild rice adds a satisfying bite, making every spoonful a delight. He also likes to toss cooked wild rice into mixed green salads with fresh herbs and citrus dressing. This combination not only tastes fresh and vibrant, but also packs a nutritional punch that supports his health goals. Besides protein and fiber, wild rice is loaded with antioxidants and essential minerals like zinc and magnesium. These nutrients help reduce inflammation, support immune function, and improve insulin sensitivity, all vital for managing diabetes and aging gracefully. Another benefit Michael noticed was the versatility of wild rice. Because it has a unique texture and flavor, it can stand alone as a main ingredient or blend well with other grains and vegetables. This allowed him to keep his meals interesting and varied, which is essential for long-term healthy eating habits. Cooking wild rice does take a bit longer than regular rice, typically around 40 to 45 minutes. Michael learned to cook a large batch ahead of time and store it in the refrigerator, making it easy to add to meals throughout the week. This simple step saved him time and encouraged him to keep eating healthy consistently. Wild rice also has a deep cultural significance. Indigenous tribes of North America have harvested and celebrated wild rice for generations. It was more than food. It was a symbol of sustenance, tradition, and respect for the natural world. Michael felt a connection to this history, appreciating that by eating wild rice, he was honoring a legacy of health and balance. For those of us managing diabetes, the lessons from wild rice are clear. Nature offers foods that work with our bodies to promote health and vitality. Embracing wild rice is embracing a time-tested gift that nurtures both body and spirit. If you're new to wild rice, I encourage you to try it in simple dishes first. Rinse the grains thoroughly before cooking, as this helps remove any impurities. Cook it in plenty of water with a pinch of salt until the grains are tender and just starting to open. You might find its nutty flavor a refreshing change from other grains. Pair it with lean proteins like grilled fish or chicken and plenty of colorful vegetables for balanced, diabetes-friendly meals. Remember, consistency is key. Incorporating wild rice regularly into your diet, even a few times a week, can provide lasting benefits for blood sugar control and overall health. As Michael's story shows, managing diabetes isn't about deprivation or restriction. It's about discovering foods that nourish your body and satisfy your senses. Wild rice offers a perfect blend of nutrition, flavor, and history that can inspire you to cook and eat with joy. Let me share with you the story of Susan, a gentle soul from Louisiana who has always treasured the aroma of fresh cooked meals filling her home. After being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, Susan felt concerned about maintaining her love for traditional dishes while managing her health. It was then that she discovered whole jasmine rice, a fragrant and flavorful grain that became a beautiful bridge between her culinary passion and her health goals. Whole jasmine rice is a special kind of rice known for its delicate floral aroma and slightly sweet taste. Unlike regular white jasmine rice, the whole grain version keeps the outer bran layer intact, preserving its fiber, vitamins, and minerals. This means whole jasmine rice offers not only great taste, but also important health benefits, especially for blood sugar control. Susan quickly realized that whole jasmine rice didn't cause the sharp blood sugar spikes that white rice often brings. The fiber in the bran layer slows digestion, allowing sugar to enter the bloodstream gradually. For Susan, this meant she could enjoy her favorite dishes without the anxiety of feeling tired or hungry soon after eating. One of Susan's favorite ways to cook whole jasmine rice is by washing the grains thoroughly to remove excess starch, then cooking them with a small piece of ginger or a bay leaf. These simple additions enhance the rice's natural aroma and add subtle health benefits, such as anti-inflammatory properties, which are crucial for managing diabetes and overall well-being. Whole jasmine rice also contains manganese, a mineral that supports metabolism and bone health. For people over 50, maintaining strong bones is just as important as managing blood sugar, and whole jasmine rice helps support both. Susan found that meals made with whole jasmine rice kept her fuller for longer and helped reduce cravings between meals. This satiety made it easier for her to maintain a balanced diet and stay on track with her health goals. Beyond health benefits, whole jasmine rice became a way for Susan to connect with her culture and family traditions. It is often used in Southeast Asian cooking, and she enjoyed exploring new recipes like vegetable curry or chicken and coconut sauce. The rice's soft texture and fragrant flavor perfectly complemented these dishes, making mealtimes joyful and comforting. Susan's story highlights how whole jasmine rice combines flavor and wellness, proving that healthy eating doesn't mean sacrificing taste or tradition. It's about finding foods that nurture your body and bring happiness to your table. If you're new to whole jasmine rice, here's a simple tip. Soak the rice for 20 to 30 minutes before cooking. This helps soften the grains and results in a fluffy, aromatic dish that's perfect as a side or main ingredient. For a delicious twist, try pairing whole jasmine rice with fresh herbs, steamed vegetables, and lean proteins. The balance of flavors and nutrients will keep your meals interesting and diabetes-friendly. Susan also recommends experimenting with spices like cinnamon or cardamom during cooking. These warm spices enhance the rice's aroma and offer additional health support, helping reduce inflammation and support digestion. Cooking whole jasmine rice is straightforward. Just rinse well, soak, then cook gently with a bit of salt or your favorite herbs. The result is a fragrant, fluffy rice that can become the star of any meal. For those over 50, like Susan, who want to enjoy their food and manage diabetes effectively, whole jasmine rice offers a delicious and nourishing option. It's a gentle grain that respects your body's needs and your taste preferences. As you plan your meals, imagine the lovely floral scent of jasmine rice filling your kitchen and the comfort of sharing wholesome, tasty dishes with your loved ones. Susan's experience teaches us that managing diabetes is not about restriction, but about embracing foods that bring harmony to our health and lives. Let me introduce you to Linda, a retired librarian from Ohio who always cherished her family dinners filled with rich, comforting dishes. When Linda was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, she was heartbroken at the thought of giving up risotto, her favorite creamy rice dish that brought warmth and joy to her table. But then she discovered whole grain arborio rice, a wonderful way to enjoy her favorite meals without the dreaded sugar crash. Arborio rice is traditionally used in Italian risottos, known for its creamy texture that soaks up flavors beautifully. The secret to its creaminess is its high starch content, which, when cooked slowly, gives that signature smooth, velvety consistency. However, most arborio rice sold is white rice, which lacks fiber and can cause blood sugar spikes, a concern for anyone managing diabetes. Linda's discovery was the whole grain version of arborio rice. This rice keeps the outer bran layer intact, which is rich in fiber, vitamins, and minerals. The fiber slows down the absorption of sugar from the rice, which helps prevent those sudden blood sugar spikes and crashes. For Linda, this meant she could still indulge in creamy risotto, feeling confident that her blood sugar would stay steady. Fiber is like a traffic controller in your digestive system, regulating how quickly carbohydrates are broken down and absorbed into the bloodstream. For someone with diabetes, this slow release of sugar is essential to avoid the highs and lows that make the condition harder to manage. Beyond fiber, whole grain arborio rice contains B vitamins such as thiamine and niacin, which support nerve health and energy production, important for overall vitality. It also has minerals like magnesium and phosphorus, which help maintain strong bones and muscle function. Linda began experimenting with whole grain arborio rice, soaking it for a few hours before cooking to reduce the cooking time and make it easier to digest. She prepared classic mushroom risotto using homemade vegetable broth, adding fresh herbs for flavor and nutrients. The result was a dish just as creamy and delicious as she remembered, but now better for her health. Cooking whole grain arborio rice requires a bit of patience. as it takes longer than white rice. But Linda found the extra time well worth it. She discovered that slowly stirring the rice while adding warm broth helped release the starch gradually, creating that luscious creaminess without overcooking the grains. Not only did Linda enjoy the flavor and texture, but she also noticed improvements in her energy and blood sugar stability after meals. She no longer experienced the sluggishness or sudden cravings that came with white rice risotto. For those who love desserts, whole grain arborio rice can also be used in nutritious rice puddings. By using natural sweeteners like honey or maple syrup and adding fruits or nuts, you can create a comforting treat that satisfies your sweet tooth while keeping your blood sugar in check. Linda's story reminds us that managing diabetes doesn't mean giving up the foods we love. Instead, it's about finding smarter versions of those foods, ones that nourish the body and bring pleasure to our meals. If you're new to whole grain arborio rice, here are a few tips. Soak the rice for several hours before cooking. Use homemade or low-sodium broth to add flavor, and cook slowly, stirring gently. These steps help preserve the nutrients and create the perfect creamy texture. Linda also enjoys sharing her recipes with friends and family, showing them that healthy eating can be full of rich flavors and textures. Her risotto often becomes the centerpiece of gatherings, proving that diabetes-friendly meals can bring people together just like any other. As you think about your next meal, imagine a bowl of creamy, dreamy risotto, its gentle aroma filling your kitchen, and the comfort of knowing you're caring for your health while enjoying every bite. Managing diabetes is a journey of balance and discovery, and whole grain arborio rice is a delicious step along the way. Let me share the story of Grace, a spirited woman from Vermont who, after being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, wanted to learn everything she could about making her meals both delicious and diabetes-friendly. Grace loved rice but was overwhelmed by conflicting advice on how to prepare it properly. With a little guidance, she discovered simple cooking tips that made a big difference in how rice affected her blood sugar and overall health. One of the most important tips Grace learned was soaking rice before cooking. Soaking rice for a few hours, or even overnight, helps to reduce its cooking time and remove some of the surface starch that can cause stickiness. This simple step also helps preserve the nutrients, especially in whole grain varieties. Grace found that soaking rice made it softer and easier to digest, which helped her blood sugar stay more stable after meals. Another trick Grace embraced was rinsing the rice thoroughly under cold water before cooking. This removes excess starch and helps prevent the rice from becoming gummy. For varieties like basmati and wild rice, this step is especially important because it ensures fluffy, separate grains with a more pleasant texture. Rinsing also contributes to a gentler effect on blood sugar levels. Grace also learned the value of cooking rice with broth instead of plain water. Using homemade vegetable, chicken, or beef, broth adds flavor and nutrients without added sugars or unhealthy fats. This simple change transformed her meals, making them more satisfying and nutritious. Plus, broth often contains minerals like potassium and magnesium, which support heart health and blood sugar control. Adding spices and herbs during cooking was another game changer. Grace experimented with bay leaves, cinnamon sticks, cardamom pods, and fresh ginger. These not only enhanced the rice's natural aroma, but also brought anti-inflammatory and digestive benefits. For example, cinnamon has been shown to help improve insulin sensitivity, while ginger can ease digestion and reduce nausea. When cooking whole grain rice varieties, Grace discovered that patience is key. Whole grains take longer to cook than white rice, but the extra time is worth it for the health benefits they provide. She used a low simmer and covered the pot, allowing the rice to absorb the liquid slowly. This method produced perfectly tender rice without becoming mushy. Grace also experimented with the rice-to-water ratio. Too much water can make rice soggy, while too little can leave it undercooked. She found that following package instructions and adjusting based on the rice type and soaking time helped achieve the best texture. For wild rice, which can be a bit tougher, she used extra water and a longer cooking time, while for basmati, less water and soaking shortened the process. For those busy days, Grace cooked large batches of rice in advance, storing portions in the refrigerator or freezer. This not only saved time, but encouraged consistent, healthy eating. She reheated rice with a splash of water or broth to restore moisture and freshness. Having ready-to-use rice made it easier to prepare balanced meals without the stress of cooking from scratch every day. In addition to cooking methods, Grace paid attention to portion sizes. While whole grain and fiber-rich rice varieties have a gentler impact on blood sugar, eating large amounts can still raise glucose levels. She used measuring cups to keep servings appropriate and balanced her meals with lean proteins, healthy fats, and plenty of vegetables. Grace also learned about combining rice with vinegar or lemon juice to slow digestion further. For example, when making rice salads, she tossed cooked rice with a dressing made from apple cider vinegar or fresh lemon juice. This acidity helps reduce the glycemic response, providing another layer of blood sugar support. Experimenting with cooking oils was another tip Grace found helpful. Using small amounts of heart-healthy oils like olive oil or avocado oil added flavor and helped slow digestion. When she sautéed vegetables to mix with rice, she made sure to use healthy fats that complemented her diabetes-friendly meals. Grace's journey shows that simple cooking techniques can greatly enhance both the flavor and health benefits of rice. These small changes allowed her to enjoy a variety of rice dishes while managing her blood sugar and overall well-being. For those of you watching, remember that cooking is an opportunity to care for yourself. Taking the time to soak, rinse, and season your rice not only makes meals tastier, but supports your health in powerful ways. As you prepare your next rice dish, think about adding a cinnamon stick or a bay leaf to your pot, using broth instead of water, and soaking your grains ahead of time. These thoughtful steps create meals that are nourishing and delicious. Grace's story also reminds us that eating well with diabetes is a journey of learning and adapting. Don't be discouraged if some experiments don't work perfectly at first. With patience and curiosity, you'll find methods that suit your taste and lifestyle. Let me introduce you to Maria, a caring mother from Texas who found joy and confidence in the kitchen after her type 2 diabetes diagnosis. Maria's family had always enjoyed hearty, flavorful meals, but she worried her diagnosis would mean sacrificing those cherished traditions. With some simple, delicious recipes that incorporated diabetes-friendly rice varieties, Maria not only continued to nourish her family, but also helped improve her own health. One of Maria's favorite dishes is a vibrant red rice and roasted vegetable salad. This recipe is easy to prepare and packed with nutrients. She starts by cooking red rice until tender, then tosses it with roasted sweet potatoes, bell peppers, and zucchini. A light dressing made of olive oil, lemon juice, garlic, and fresh herbs like parsley brings it all together. This meal is rich in fiber, antioxidants, and vitamins, all supporting steady blood sugar and heart health. Maria loves how this salad can be served warm or cold, making it perfect for busy weekdays or relaxed weekend lunches. Her teenage children even ask for seconds. The variety of colors on the plate reflects the abundance of nutrients, reminding her that healthy food can also be beautiful and inviting. Another recipe Maria frequently makes is a wild rice soup with mushrooms and kale. This comforting soup is a family favorite, especially during colder months. She simmers wild rice with vegetable broth, sautéed mushrooms, garlic, and plenty of fresh kale for added fiber and antioxidants. The hearty texture and earthy flavors make it a satisfying meal that keeps her blood sugar stable and her family warm. Maria enjoys sharing this soup with friends and neighbors, spreading the message that managing diabetes can be delicious and simple. She often hears how easy it is to prepare and how much it reminds people of homemade comfort food. For those who prefer creamy dishes, Maria swears by whole grain arborio risotto with shrimp and peas. This recipe uses whole grain arborio rice, which, when cooked slowly with broth and a splash of white wine, creates a creamy and luscious texture without the sugar spike of white rice. The addition of fresh shrimp and sweet peas adds lean protein and fiber, balancing the meal perfectly. Maria's risotto has become a special dish she prepares for family celebrations. Its rich flavor and smooth texture bring smiles to the table, proving that diabetes-friendly meals can still be indulgent and festive. If you have a sweet tooth, Maria recommends trying brown jasmine rice pudding. She cooks whole grain jasmine rice in unsweetened almond milk with cinnamon, vanilla extract, and a touch of honey or stevia. Topped with fresh berries and a sprinkle of chopped nuts, this dessert is both satisfying and gentle on blood sugar. This pudding is a hit with Maria's grandchildren, who love the creamy texture and natural sweetness. It's a wonderful way to enjoy dessert without guilt and encourages everyone to appreciate wholesome ingredients. For a quick and easy side dish, Maria often makes basmati rice pilaf with almonds and herbs. She cooks brown basmati rice with low-sodium chicken broth, adds toasted almonds for crunch, and finishes with fresh cilantro and a squeeze of lemon. The aromatic rice pairs well with grilled chicken or fish and adds a burst of flavor without extra sugar or unhealthy fats. Maria shares that this pilaf is one of her go-to recipes when she wants a nutritious and tasty meal on the table quickly. It's perfect for those busy days when time is short but health remains a priority. These recipes have helped Maria embrace her diabetes diagnosis with grace and positivity. They show that with the right ingredients and a little creativity, meals can be both nourishing and enjoyable. If you're just starting your diabetes-friendly cooking journey, remember that small changes can have a big impact. Try swapping white rice for one of the healthier varieties we've discussed: red rice, black rice, wild rice, basmati, jasmine, or whole grain arborio, and experiment with simple recipes that fit your taste. Cooking at home allows you to control the ingredients, adjust flavors, and make meals that support your health goals. It's also a way to connect with family and friends around the table, sharing food and stories that enrich life. Don't hesitate to involve your loved ones in the kitchen. Cooking together can be fun and educational, helping everyone understand the importance of balanced meals. Remember, managing diabetes is not about perfection, but progress. Celebrate your successes, no matter how small, and keep exploring new foods and recipes that excite you. Let me take you on a journey, one that spans continents and centuries, revealing the fascinating stories behind the rice varieties we've talked about. Stories that connect us to cultures, traditions, and ancient wisdom. These grains are more than just food, they are living history, nourishing bodies and souls across the world. By understanding their origins, we deepen our appreciation and discover lessons that can enrich our health today. Let's start in Italy, home to Arborio rice. For centuries, Italian families have gathered around the dinner table to share risotto, a dish celebrated for its creamy texture and comforting warmth. Arborio rice, native to the Piedmont region, is cultivated with care by local farmers who know each grain's journey from soil to plate. This rice's unique ability to absorb flavors and release starch slowly makes it perfect for risotto, a dish that's both indulgent and, when made with whole grain arborio, diabetes-friendly. Imagine a grandmother in a small Italian village stirring a pot of risotto slowly over the fire, adding broth bit by bit while sharing stories with her grandchildren. This simple act preserves tradition, nourishes family, and teaches patience, a virtue also vital in managing our health. Arborio rice's story reminds us that food is not just fuel, it's connection. Traveling east, we find basmati rice flourishing in the foothills of the Himalayas, where generations of farmers have perfected its cultivation. Known for its long, slender grains and fragrant aroma, basmati rice carries a legacy of careful tending and respect for nature. In Indian cuisine, basmati is a symbol of celebration and hospitality, gracing tables during festivals and family gatherings. Whole grain basmati's lower glycemic index is a gift from nature and tradition, offering slow-releasing energy that helps balance blood sugar. The spices and herbs that often accompany basmati dishes, cinnamon, cardamom, cloves, add more than flavor. They bring centuries of medicinal knowledge passed down through families. Imagine a bustling kitchen in northern India, where a mother teaches her children the art of biryani, layering rice with spices, vegetables, and tender meat. This culinary heritage teaches us that health and happiness can coexist beautifully through mindful preparation and shared meals. In Southeast Asia, whole jasmine rice has been cultivated for hundreds of years in Thailand's lush fields. Thai farmers take pride in their rice, tending to each grain to preserve its floral aroma and soft texture. Jasmine rice is not just food, it's culture, identity, and pride. Traditional Thai dishes that use jasmine rice, like coconut chicken curry or mango sticky rice, combine sweet, savory, and aromatic elements that delight the senses while supporting balanced nutrition. These dishes reflect the harmony of flavors and the balance sought in life and health. Picture a Thai family gathering around the table, laughter and stories mixing with the scent of jasmine rice, bringing comfort and connection. These moments remind us that food nourishes not only the body but the heart and mind. Moving to North America, wild rice holds a special place in the heritage of indigenous peoples. Known as manumin in the Ojibwe language, wild rice is more than sustenance, it's sacred. For centuries, indigenous communities have harvested wild rice with deep respect for the environment, seeing it as a gift from the Creator. Wild rice's nutty flavor and chewy texture are celebrated in traditional dishes, prepared with care and gratitude. It provides essential nutrients and supports health, especially in blood sugar management and energy balance. Imagine canoe trips on serene lakes where wild rice grows, families harvesting by hand, teaching younger generations the importance of stewardship and tradition. This connection to nature and food teaches us mindfulness, a principle that can guide us in our own health journeys. Black rice, known as forbidden rice in ancient China, was once reserved for emperors and nobility. Its rich color and health benefits made it a prized possession, symbolizing wealth and longevity. Today, black rice's antioxidants and fiber offer a natural way to support blood sugar and reduce inflammation. Traditional Chinese medicine recognizes the healing properties of black rice, incorporating it into meals meant to strengthen the body and nourish vital energy. This deep respect for food's medicinal qualities encourages us to view eating as a holistic practice. Imagine an ancient Chinese healer preparing a black rice porridge, blending food and remedy with care. This ancient wisdom resonates today as we seek natural, nourishing foods that protect and heal. Red rice, cultivated in parts of Asia and Africa, carries a similar story of tradition and health. Its vibrant color and antioxidant-rich profile have made it a staple in diets focused on longevity and vitality. In Sri Lanka and Bhutan, red rice is eaten daily, symbolizing health and well-being. Farmers cultivate red rice with sustainable methods, honoring the earth and ensuring that this grain remains abundant for future generations. This practice teaches us sustainability and respect, values essential in caring for our health and environment. Picture a Bhutanese family sharing a meal of red rice with fresh vegetables, surrounded by mountains and clean air. Their simple, wholesome food reflects a lifestyle of balance and harmony, a model we can aspire to. Understanding these rice stories helps us appreciate that managing diabetes with food is not just about nutrients and glycemic indexes. It's about culture, tradition, and respect for nature. These grains connect us to the earth and to people who have nurtured them with love and care for generations. When you cook and eat these rice varieties, you are participating in a global story of health, resilience, and community. You honor centuries of wisdom and the hands that cultivated these grains long before us. As you prepare your next meal, imagine the journey each grain has taken, from fields tended by farmers in distant lands to your table. Savor not just the taste, but the history and care embedded in your food. For those over 50, embracing these rice varieties means embracing a rich heritage of wellness and connection. It's a way to nourish your body and soul, making every meal a celebration of life and health. Let me tell you about Evelyn, a warm-hearted woman from Oregon who has been living with type 2 diabetes for several years. Evelyn always believed in the healing power of food, and she was eager to learn how to support her health naturally. One of the most surprising and powerful discoveries she made was the role of antioxidants found in certain rice varieties, especially red, black, and wild rice, in defending her body against the challenges diabetes can bring. Antioxidants are natural substances found in plants that protect your cells from damage caused by harmful molecules called free radicals. These free radicals are unstable atoms that can damage cells, leading to inflammation and contributing to chronic diseases like diabetes, heart disease, and even cancer. For someone managing diabetes, reducing oxidative stress, essentially the damage caused by these free radicals, is critical for maintaining good health and preventing complications. Rice varieties like red rice, black rice, also known as forbidden rice, and wild rice are particularly rich in antioxidants, making them more than just nutritious grains. These antioxidants give the rice their vibrant colors, deep purples, reds, and blacks, and provide powerful protection for the body. Evelyn learned that the anthocyanins present in red and black rice are potent antioxidants with anti-inflammatory effects. By incorporating these into her diet, she was able to reduce the inflammation that often accompanies diabetes. This was crucial for her because chronic inflammation can worsen insulin resistance, making blood sugar harder to control. Wild rice, too, contains a variety of antioxidants, including phenolic acids and flavonoids, which help combat oxidative stress. These compounds support the immune system and protect blood vessels from damage, important for those with diabetes who are at higher risk of cardiovascular issues. Evelyn started adding these rice varieties into her meals gradually. She prepared a colorful wild rice and vegetable pilaf one day, and a red rice salad tossed with fresh herbs the next. She noticed her energy levels improved, and she felt more balanced after eating. More importantly, regular blood tests showed her inflammation markers decreasing, confirming the positive impact of antioxidants in her diet. Cooking these antioxidant-rich rice varieties properly was key to preserving their benefits. Evelyn soaked the rice before cooking, a simple step that helped maintain nutrient content and reduced cooking time. She avoided overcooking, which can diminish antioxidant levels. To enhance the antioxidant power of her meals, Evelyn paired these rice dishes with colorful vegetables like spinach, bell peppers, and tomatoes, also rich in antioxidants. This combination provided a nutrient-packed meal that worked together to protect her body. Another way Evelyn boosted her antioxidant intake was by adding spices such as turmeric and cinnamon to her dishes. These spices are known for their anti-inflammatory and blood sugar-lowering properties. For example, cinnamon has been shown in some studies to improve insulin sensitivity and lower fasting blood sugar levels. Evelyn's story highlights a crucial truth. Managing diabetes is not just about controlling blood sugar numbers, it's also about protecting your body's cells and reducing the chronic damage that can accumulate over time. Antioxidants act like shields, defending your cells from harm and supporting your body's natural repair processes. Including antioxidant-rich rice in your meals is a simple yet powerful way to strengthen these defenses. For those over 50, the importance of antioxidants increases as the body's natural ability to combat oxidative stress declines with age. Choosing foods rich in antioxidants can slow down the aging process and reduce the risk of diabetes-related complications, such as nerve damage, kidney disease, and heart problems. If you're new to antioxidant-rich rice, start by incorporating small portions into your diet a few times a week. You might try black rice in a warm salad with roasted vegetables or red rice mixed with beans and herbs for a hearty meal. Remember, variety is vital. Each rice variety offers a unique set of antioxidants and nutrients, so rotating among them ensures you get a broad spectrum of benefits. As you plan your meals, consider adding fresh herbs and spices to boost flavor and antioxidant content. Simple additions like garlic, ginger, and fresh cilantro not only make food taste better, but also contribute to your body's defense system. Evelyn's journey reminds us that food can be medicine. By choosing rice varieties rich in antioxidants, you take an active role in protecting your health from within. As you cook and savor these grains, feel the confidence that comes with knowing you are nourishing your body with powerful natural defenders, building resilience and supporting a vibrant life. Let me introduce you to David, a retired engineer from Michigan who recently celebrated his 65th birthday. David's story is one of transformation, not just because he's managing his type 2 diabetes effectively, but because he's learning to support his body's strength and vitality through nutrition. One of the key discoveries on his journey has been the essential minerals found in certain rice varieties, which have helped him maintain strong bones, steady energy, and better blood sugar control. Minerals are the building blocks that keep our bodies functioning well. They help with everything from producing energy to building strong bones and regulating muscle contractions. For people living with diabetes, maintaining a good balance of minerals like magnesium, phosphorus, manganese, and zinc is especially important. These minerals can help the body use insulin more efficiently, reduce inflammation, and support overall metabolic health. David learned that whole grain rice varieties such as brown jasmine, wild rice, black rice, and red rice are excellent sources of these vital minerals. Unlike highly processed white rice, whole grains keep their outer layers intact, where most of the minerals and fiber reside. Magnesium in particular stood out to David. This mineral plays a critical role in over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body, including those that regulate blood sugar. Studies have shown that adequate magnesium intake can improve insulin sensitivity, which means the body can use insulin more effectively to keep blood sugar levels stable. David made it a habit to include magnesium-rich rice like wild rice and black rice in his meals. He noticed that his blood sugar readings became more consistent, and he felt less fatigued throughout the day. This was a big win, as maintaining steady energy is crucial for staying active and healthy, especially after 60. Phosphorus is another important mineral found in whole grain rice. It works closely with calcium to build and maintain strong bones, a priority for aging adults. David had been worried about osteoporosis after his diagnosis, so eating rice rich in phosphorus, along with other calcium-rich foods, helped him feel more confident about his bone health. Manganese, found in generous amounts in brown jasmine and red rice, supports metabolism and antioxidant functions. This mineral helps the body process carbohydrates, fats, and proteins efficiently, which is vital for energy production and blood sugar control. David enjoyed learning that these minerals don't just support blood sugar, they contribute to overall vitality, helping to maintain muscle function, nerve health, and even brain function. This holistic approach to nutrition encouraged him to see food as a tool for living well, not just managing symptoms. Incorporating mineral-rich rice into his diet was easier than David expected. He found simple recipes like wild rice pilaf with steamed vegetables or brown jasmine rice with grilled salmon to be both delicious and nourishing. The variety of textures and flavors kept his meals enjoyable, which made it easier to stick to his healthy eating plan. David also paid attention to how he cooked rice to preserve its minerals. Soaking rice before cooking not only helps reduce cooking time, but also retains nutrients. Cooking rice with broth instead of water adds flavor and may contribute additional minerals, especially if homemade broth is used. For those new to mineral-rich rice, starting with small substitutions can be helpful. Replace white rice with brown jasmine or red rice in your favorite dishes. Experiment with cooking methods that preserve texture and flavor, such as gentle simmering and soaking. David also learned that pairing rice with other nutrient-rich foods amplifies the benefits. Combining mineral-rich rice with leafy greens, nuts, seeds, and lean proteins creates balanced meals that support blood sugar and bone health simultaneously. Importantly, David noticed that eating these wholesome rice varieties helped reduce his cravings for sugary snacks and processed foods. The sustained energy and satiety provided by fiber and minerals made it easier for him to make healthier choices throughout the day. As David's experience shows, managing diabetes and aging well is about more than just medication. It's about nurturing your body with the right nutrients. Minerals from rice play a vital role in strengthening your body's foundation and maintaining balance. For those watching who are over 50 and living with diabetes, embracing mineral-rich rice can be a delicious and practical step toward better health. It's a way to honor your body, support your metabolism, and maintain strength and energy for the years ahead. As you prepare your meals, imagine the nourishing power of each grain of rice, carrying essential minerals that help you build resilience and live life fully. David's story is a hopeful reminder that small, consistent choices in your diet can lead to meaningful improvements in health and quality of life. Throughout this video, we've explored 6 incredible types of rice that not only bring flavor and variety to your meals, but also support stable blood sugar and overall health, especially important for those managing diabetes. From the creamy texture of whole grain arborio to the vibrant antioxidants in red and black rice, each grain offers unique benefits like fiber, essential minerals, and powerful antioxidants that work together to slow sugar absorption, reduce inflammation, and protect your heart. We've seen how these rice varieties can help you feel fuller longer, reduce cravings, and provide steady energy throughout the day. Simple cooking tips like soaking rice, rinsing thoroughly, and using flavorful broths or spices can maximize both taste and nutritional value. Plus, incorporating these wholesome grains into easy, delicious recipes allows you to enjoy meals that satisfy both your palate and your health goals. By choosing whole grain and fiber-rich rice, you're not only managing diabetes, but also nurturing your body's strength and resilience. These choices connect you to centuries of tradition and natural wisdom, reminding us that food can be both medicine and joy. Now is the moment to take control of your health. Start by adding one of these nutritious rice varieties to your next meal and feel the difference it can make. Every small step you take today builds a stronger, healthier tomorrow. Remember, you have the power to transform your well-being through the food you eat. Embrace these wholesome grains, nourish your body, and live your best life, starting right now.